Prologue. In a far-off realm, beyond the reach of mortal men, there lived a being of immense power and darkness. It was known as the Dark Lord, and it had ruled over its domain for countless eons. Few had ever seen it, and fewer still had survived the encounter. Those who had described it as a nightmare made flesh, a creature of pure malevolence that knew no mercy or compassion. They said that the Dark Lord could destroy entire worlds with a single thought, and that its very presence could drive men mad with terror. For centuries, the Dark Lord had been sealed away by ancient magic, locked in a prison of impenetrable darkness. But now, a group of treasure hunters had stumbled upon a map that promised untold riches, hidden within the bowels of the earth. They set out on their quest, oblivious to the danger that awaited them, and unaware of the darkness they were about to unleash. Main story. The treasure hunters followed the map deep into the earth, hacking their way through the thick jungle and the treacherous mountains. They were driven by greed and ambition, eager to claim the treasure that awaited them. And so, they pressed on, heedless of the warnings and the whispers that surrounded them. But as they drew closer to their goal, strange things began to happen. The earth shook beneath their feet, and the air grew thick with the stench of death. The sky turned black, and the stars shone with a cold, malevolent light. And then, they saw it, a shadow moving through the darkness, something massive and terrible that seemed to be following them. The treasure hunters were terrified. They tried to turn back, but it was too late. The Dark Lord had been awakened, and it was coming for them. It emerged from the shadows like a nightmare, a towering behemoth of darkness and hate. Its eyes burned with an unholy fire, and its breath was a foul, choking miasma. The treasure hunters tried to fight it, but their weapons were useless against its dark power. They tried to flee, but the Dark Lord was too fast. It hunted them down, one by one, and devoured them whole. The few survivors were left cowering in the shadows, their minds shattered by the horror they had witnessed. They knew now that the Dark Lord was not a legend, but a very real and very deadly threat. And they knew that they could never escape its wrath. Continuation. The survivors of the encounter with the Dark Lord were forever changed by what they had seen. They became haunted by visions of the creature, tormented by its whispers in their dreams. They knew that the Dark Lord was still out there, waiting for its next victim. But they also knew that they had to warn others about the danger. They traveled from town to town, spreading the word of the monster that lurked in the shadows. They spoke of its incredible power, its insatiable hunger, and its ability to strike from the darkness without warning. Many dismissed their stories as mere superstition, but others listened with growing unease. Some even set out to hunt the creature themselves, hoping to claim its power for their own. But all who dared to face the Dark Lord met with a grisly fate, their bodies torn apart and their souls consumed by the darkness. And so, the legend of the Dark Lord grew, spreading across the land like a plague. It became a warning to all those who dared to seek power beyond their reach, a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. For the Dark Lord was not a creature to be trifled with, but a force of darkness and hate that would stop